I think we are live. I think we are live. I
Live,
think we
live.
live, cuz.
Peace. Finally did it, right? How you feeling?
Peace, peace. The StreamYard isn't too hard to work.
No, no, no. It's definitely like a new setup, and the display is like a new setup. So I think that's what was kind of like confusing a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta get familiar with it, but it's pretty good.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
comments, there we go. What you got going on, good brother? How's everything, man?
Just chilling, man. Just relaxing. It's so hot out. I just came from the store getting me a little drink, but it's like so hot. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna chill, man. I said, yo, I'm just gonna chill. What about you? What's going on?
Same thing, bro. Yesterday was exhausting. Yesterday was tough. You look like you lamping. I could do the same, right? But just chilling, vibing, relaxing. My son's heading out to Virginia tomorrow.
Oh man, nice, nice.
We was just texting back and forth. He's doing some good things, some positive things. Good for him.
Okay, good, good. How he's getting there? He's driving.
Excuse me.
How's he getting down there? He's driving.
Mom Dukes is coming to come get him. Actually,
Oh, okay, nice,
his
nice.
his mom is coming to get him. He's probably heading out this way soon, if not already. I think that might be like a 7, 8 hour drive, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
You've
okay.
been working out though, cause I see you getting healthy, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was. You know what's funny? What's funny, right? I don't know if you remember the video. I was on 125th Street, maybe about 2 months ago, a month ago. I was talking to this brother, and he was telling me, he said, "Yo, you got to work on that belly." We was talking about a lot of different things, and immediately I walked down the block, right, and I seen this herb lady, and I was telling her, and she was like, "Yo, I could fix that problem for you." So she gave me like some herbs, and like I just been working hard and just taking it ever since, just working hard. But it's really the discipline, right? Because how many other times have we been in the gym and we tried, but it wasn't time. We really didn't want it. But when you want something, it's all gonna fall in place for you, man.
Right.
Good or bad. When you want something, you're gonna get it. So yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I
And you
appreciate
gotta
that.
push through it. Like even though you saying no, I can't, I don't want to.
Yeah, yeah, because a
Push
lot
it,
of
push it
times,
through, push it through.
right, a lot of times it's gonna feel uncomfortable. A lot of things that you want, certain desires and things that you need in your life, is gonna feel uncomfortable. Right. So a lot
Hmm.
of times like working out feels uncomfortable. You feel like giving up, but that's really when you're almost there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're right there. And a lot of times people just give up because they don't want it bad enough.
They don't
You
want it bad
know?
enough,
Yeah.
or they want it fast, immediately, but don't put in the work it takes, cause.
No, and yeah, and that's like so many things in this world, microwave results. People want things so quick, so fast. They want the perfect relationship. They don't want to work on it. They don't want anything. They just want everything right then and there. And anything worth it is worth working for it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You feel
you ain't
better.
lying on that. If you
Better,
want
yeah.
it, if you want it bad enough, work for it, and it will
Yeah.
come. It will come. Act as if you already have it too. Appreciate life like if everything is well. People complainers, and that's a dis. Beating yourself up is a disservice.
Right.
It doesn't allow you to get that momentum or that high vibration when you beating yourself up for not pushing through.
Right. Right.
Or there's actually a whole phrase that came with that, but I can't remember the phrase right now. Did you see that video I sent you, Cos?
Which one was it? Which one you sent me? You sent me a few, right?
The one with the kids?
Oh yeah, I seen that one. The last one with the children.
That
Yeah,
was
I
sad.
didn't
At
watch the
first I
whole
thought it,
thing.
at first I thought it was only one kid.
Right.
It ended up being two kids.
And what was the backdrop on that story again? The whole story.
There was two women driving, and I guess they
Yeah.
got pulled over for speeding, and they had a whole bunch of laundry and things in the back that it smelled really bad, and the cop was making them open it and go through it, and then came across a dead body, a dead baby, yo.
Wow.
Very, very, very sad.
Yeah, yeah, very disturbing. Wow. And people are stressed out, man. People having children for the wrong reasons. People are stressed out and it's really a gift from God, man. And people don't really appreciate this gift. So we're seeing this, man, and this is how a lot of people are handling it, man. But that was a sad story. That was a sad story. Or the brother Kumba dropped off. He should be right back. Right back. What's going on in the chat? Let me check out the chat real quick.
My bad.
Okay.
There's some.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm saying that's a sad story, and unfortunately, people are having children for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're adopting children for the money, and this is the way that they're handling it, because taking care of a child is not easy, right? I
Right.
heard somebody say that might be the most
Yo,
hardest job in the world.
right. Shout out Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella. Excuse me. New York Nikki baby.
New York
She
Nikki,
says.
salute.
She says. I think they recovered too, and that is true. That is true. I found that out afterwards. It
Mm,
is too. But what's mind blowing to me is like how you driving around with this and have like no remorse.
right,
Like nothing is wrong. Like if it's normal, like that
right.
shit could make me emotional. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro, because
No,
kids,
yeah, bro.
kids are innocent, yo. You know, and even today, like I just had a grandbaby, so like
Congratulations again.
it hits home, like yo, like, and we seeing this so much, so much, so much. Was that and kids being left in the cars in the heat? There's a lot of videos with kids being left in the car in the heat.
Right, right. Because, like I said, many of the parents are selfish. They're only thinking about their wants and their needs, and they're just thinking about, they're not really thinking about the child or, health wise. You know.
Give the
I think,
baby up. Give the baby up. Somebody will love it and take care of it. You know.
right,
Me
right. I
thinking
seen.
on a positive level at least because we know how messed up the system could be too to foster kids, adopted kids, or
Mhm.
whatnot.
Yeah,
It,
I
it's
seen.
more. It,
Yeah, no,
go
sorry.
ahead.
I seen a clip where the lady left her dog in the car and the dog died, and she was actually punished more for killing the dog than, like, I see people get off on the child. The child,
Mm-hmm.
they get a slap on the wrist. So I just think a lot of things is like backwards here in this society. You know what I'm
Things are
saying?
things are changing, yo. It's weird the way things are working. There was a video going viral too about is it Nicholas or something like that where the cops beat him up and over headlights. Did you see
Oh,
that one?
I seen that one, man. Yeah, I seen that one, and what's crazy is, I don't know the cop, the way that he approached them. He don't seem like he approached them too rowdy. I seen when the brother flung the door open, and when it comes to authority, a lot of people have issues. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it comes from their culture, it comes from the household. So he came aggressive to the cop. Why? Why? Now we already know how the cops are. We know what some of them want to do. So I'm thinking, why would you give them that opportunity?
Mm.
So they have a drill in the Nation of Islam that teach you how to respond to cops and how to respond to police. So, I think that's like what's going on. It's just the approach, man. For
Mm.
every action, there's a reaction. So,
So you coming from a place of like just comply kind of things?
yeah, yeah, at least complying in the beginning to kind of see what's really going on. But if I just jump at, yo, what are you pulling me over for? Yo, what the fuck you pulling me over for, you dummy? Then that's gonna set off another reaction, because now the cop might be looking at me like, yo, this guy's crazy a little bit, or this guy don't got all his senses. So that's when they call for backup, or they call for EMS or something. So a lot of times it's the approach. You know what I mean? And your
Hmm.
response. And
I've
your
seen the
response.
whole. I've seen. I can't see who's typing that comment because I got the screen on. But I've seen it all. I've seen a whole bunch of perspectives. But what I'm gonna say that these days, with police officer, obviously, a lot of people don't want to become cops these days. So the requirements to become a police officer have become the standard is lower and lower and lower. So when it comes to excessive force, I
Right.
think that today is more likely to be used because we're dealing with, for lack of better words, pussies for police officers who
Mm.
don't know how to handle a situation to de-escalate. They get nervous, they get scared, and there goes somebody getting stabbed, somebody getting shot, tased, and killed and whatnot.
Right.
I am strong on our rights, though. I like, I love the Constitution, but there's too much comply. The compliance, I get it. It could be the difference between life and death. Complying, and not complying.
Right. Right. And you know the deep part about it is, right, a lot of people might not realize that it's really like a long history with the police in the African American community. You got to remember a lot of times when cops was getting killed by Black Panthers, and the cops was arrested, the Black Panthers taught. So it's a long history that's embedded in people. So some people hate the cops. Like I don't know if you ever heard of Pappy Mason, but these dudes, they hate the police with a passion. They might have seen a family member get killed by the cops, certain things of that nature. So it's always going to be that there, man. That's why I think they should have like a third person. It should be like they should definitely reevaluate their approach and their response to the people. You know what I
They
mean?
be
'Cause,
scared. They be scared. They be really scared, and the
yeah,
idea is like crack to them. Like, well, we have to let's travel freely. Travel freely. Like, be free. Like, I don't know. I've learned so much. I've learned so much the past couple years. Where like I don't like how they behave.
right.
Kudos to actually. I'd even tell you this, right? Um, One of my neighbors, his good friend of mine. He was
Okay.
ended up being a lieutenant. I just caught up with him a couple days ago, and he told me he retired. The last day of him being a cop, he thought something was gonna happen because
Wow.
some things went down, and
Right.
we end up talking about his kid because his kid is already in about to be in his 20s and whatnot. And I'm like, is your kid about to be a cop? Follow your steps. And he's like, hell no, hell no, I am not doing that to him because he knows what goes on. He knows how the system is. He knows these wrong orders they got to take, these policies they got to push,
Right.
the racism, the black people, black and Spanish people don't get promoted. They don't unless you're doing
Right.
what you're doing. Like, yo,
Yeah. That no, and that's how it is. And I believe that, they want to keep it that way. They keep it that way. I know I got a family member that's a police officer, and before they put you out there, right? Before they put you out there after the drills, the horror stories that they tell these people, right? It would have anybody trembling when they get out there, right? And this is what my cousin told me. So it's just that they tell you these horror stories. So when you get out there, it's already in your head. You're looking at these people as like it's a haunted house or something, and these people are, you know what I mean?
like,
Haunted.
yeah, they teach you to live on defense, to make sure
Mhm.
you get home safe. Make sure officer safety is priority. Officer safety is no, protecting and serving should be the priority. Taking care of our people.
Yeah, yeah. That it's funny. That's what they have in their hat. They usually have a picture of their family inside their hat with that written there. But it's crazy because we look at it like the cops are here to protect us, right? But the root word of police officer is policy holder, right? And policy holders are just there to protect the business. So this is why Malcolm X said, if you notice in Harlem, once the stores close down, then the cops leave. So the cops are really here to protect business. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? This is why the business, if you call the cops, they come real quick. But if you at the house, you call them, they might drag their feet for a half an hour. But if you at a
uh,
business store or something and you say something, they're coming in like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So it's just understanding, like you said, these policies. But like I said, they're policy holders, man. They just uphold policies.
and
They don't
that's not
really.
what it and feelings, right? They enforce policy and feelings. What we need to do is like the Constitution, our rights and whatnot. But that could get deep into a conversation.
But
But I
yeah,
support a lot of activists that are out here or
right.
First Amendment auditors that do the work. There's a case right now. Not too far from me.
Mm.
in Groton, Connecticut, where a journalist was doing he went to the state trooper's house to question him about his overtime hours because the guy was banking in 80, 90,000 in overtime hours.
Okay.
So he went to address him, and the cop ended up spitting in his face and pulling the gun out on him. And the
Wow.
journalist still got arrested, and not the cop.
Wow, that's crazy.
Was spitting on his face. We
Wow,
got Maine, salute Maine, BDB. Appreciate you stopping by. I
that
can
should
only
be.
see one comment at a time.
Oh, the new setup. I can't see nothing.
You can't see the. You can't see the. Oh, I got the thing too. My bad. I got this.
I can't. Yeah, but that's crazy. That spit in the face. That should have been a charge right there. Wow.
The cops that came to the scene, they found every excuse in the world not to take the state trooper to jail.
Wow.
Shit might be behind, it might be closer to BDB's way. I think he's from Connecticut or something like that. I'm gonna be able to see the chat in 1 second. What else you got? Talk to me, Cos. What's going on? Talk to me.
No, no, it's
Bring
funny you
bring,
mentioned.
bring
It's
something
funny.
up.
It's funny you mentioned Connecticut. I was just got off the phone with my homegirl from Connecticut. She's on her way to work. We were speaking about Papoose. Papoose used to hang out in Connecticut, and she was like, "Yeah, I remember Papoose used to hang out here. Yeah, Connecticut, man. I used to be out in Connecticut a little bit, man. Nice out there.
All right.
Yeah, I like Connecticut. But yeah, I don't know, man. What else is hot in the media, man? I was just laughing. Joey Crack is funny, man. I like Joey Crack, man.
Joey Crack, the liar, right? The storyteller.
Yo, check this out, right? I was just talking to a friend, and she was like, "Yo, why is everybody capping and they lying?" I said, "That's the new wave." You know what I mean? One person does it, they see it works for one person, then everyone does it. Just like the walking out on interviews. That's hot right now. So if you do an interview and you walk out on the interview, it's kind of like the wave right now. You know what I mean? Everybody who somebody walked out on the interview yesterday, man, or the day before yesterday, I can't remember. But Rick Ross, walk out on the
Big
interview,
Pun's
man.
wife. Big Pun's wife did too.
Big Pun's wife, yeah. That's just like here. People always trying to come up with something like in certain sectors, right? So like the dirty sector. If you do an interview and you walk out of the interview, you lit.
It's going viral. It's going viral.
It's going viral. It's a pattern. If people like that's just like people making up these lies. They know that they lying. Just like with Jim Jones, he can't touch Nas, but he did it because he said, "Yo, they're gonna talk about me. They're gonna clown me." So people are, they're doing it now.
Right.
It's
You
like a
see the
cap. Huh?
Gilbert Arenas. Are you familiar with Gilbert Arenas?
No, no, I'm not.
The former basketball player. He got a podcast now, a sports podcast. Well, he got
Um,
arrested by the feds yesterday and came out a couple hours later and then jumps on YouTube and starts talking about everything that happened. I'm like, yo, how stupid is this guy?
oh my wow, yo, these cats.
I'm
It's
surprised you don't know who he is, Cos.
no, I've been seeing it. I don't know. I think Gully TV might have been talking about him the other day, if I'm not mistaken. But I think I've been seeing it pop up.
Right?
If it's the same dude,
Yeah, it just
Brown.
happened yesterday. It just happened yesterday. I guess it was like a gambling house. He was renting a mansion, but he was part of it. But he got bailed out the same day, like a few hours later, and he's jumping on the internet talking. I'm assuming lawyers are gonna tell you don't say nothing. You got an open case unless he's telling.
Oh my god, that's what social media has become, man. Some people are social about the wrong things. You know what I mean?
Mm, all right, I can see the comments now too, cause I got it right here. We got BDB in the building.
Salute, salute,
New York, Nikki baby, stop through
salute,
right.
salute, sis.
Dumb too. She said something. Let me bring back this comment. She said the driver agitated the situation from the beginning. In my opinion, the version on the news was clipped to make it look like it was the beginning of the interaction when it wasn't.
Mm.
Mm, I get it. I get it. People are having different opinions about it.
Yeah, well, it's just it's the it's your response. It's your response mechanism to everything in life. It's how you respond to it because you can't always really control a thing for another person. So you gotta, even though if you're wrong or right, you still have to respond in a certain way. It's many times about things where I thought that I was right, but I was like, yo, I'm just gonna play it this way because it all comes out in the end. You know what I mean? So I think it's the approach. We know what these cops want to do already. We know a lot of their mind states. A lot of them get high. Now, a lot of these cops get high.
Steroid
Um,
up.
right. They dwelling on these horror stories that they tell them before they leave the precinct. Oh man. So
Right.
so a lot of times we got
Definitely.
to think. We got to think for them.
Mm.
But yeah, I seen it, man, and it was a sad. It was sad, man. We're
Yeah.
angry, man. We're angry. We got a lot of a lot of animosity that we've been holding on for years, man. So it just don't go away like that. So every now and then you're gonna see situations like this. But like I said, it's the response. It's how
Yeah.
you
It's, it's
respond.
it's it's far too many, yo, far too many. And not for nothing, yo. I see videos where the stuff
Right,
happens to white people too. Yeah, it happens to minorities so much more. But there are videos out there where white people dealing with the same kind of thing, and it's like back to blue till it happens to you.
right.
But you got pulled over for not having your headlights on while it was raining. But then every cop that shows up on the scene, none of them had headlights on. So you being hypocrites.
Well, they make laws and they make policies just to break them. They don't respect them. This is why I heard somebody say the other day that there's no such thing as law, right? And really, the only law it is universal law. But these people make laws and policies just to break them. And you got
Mm,
to remember, you got so much power that they actually wait till you break a so-called law just to make the law. You know what I mean?
right, that
That,
helps.
that's it.
I'm not a
They
fan.
wait.
I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of breaking the law to enforce the law, though.
Right, right. So this is how they do it. They make up some. You'll do something. They play the parent and tell you that you broke the law. You was a bad kid or whatever, bad woman, and now they make the law. So this is why we got to watch how we move at all times. We got to watch how we step. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Cos, give me one quick second, bro. Hold on, right quick.
Sure, sure. Do your thing.
Where did it go?
Yeah. Salute, salute. I can't see the chat.
I'm on live.
Huh?
I'll be on live.
You talking to me?
No, you good. I'm here.
Oh no, no, okay, okay. I was telling the chat, I can't see the chat, but if y'all got any questions, leave the questions, any concerns. But yeah, so we always gotta watch how we move and we gotta watch our step because we can't always think for the next person. We don't know what they're thinking, we don't know what they're going through. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. But even like what's that shit called? When you checking on somebody's well being, what's that called?
Checking on some with a courtesy check.
Welfare check.
Okay, yes, yes.
Okay, even welfare checks are turning into disasters where people are going through a mental crisis and the police come and I don't think that they have the training for it and they end up hurting the person that might be having some kind of mental breakdown or whatever the case may be. A
Right.
lot of times it's older people or artistic kids and it's like if you call in the ambulance and the police are coming first and just want to arrest and hurt everybody cause it's crazy.
Right, right. Because a lot of times they don't have the patience to deal with those type of people. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the patience to deal with them. So, from my understanding, they supposed to send EMS first, or at least send EMS on the scene because they have the education and they have the know-how to deal with these people. Kind of calm them down. But like you said, once they see a gun, they might freak out. Man, they see the gun, they might set it off, and then that the cop sets it off, and so
But
a lot.
that's the thing cause that they
Yeah,
always on that they want to it's not that something just they just accidentally see something. It's like
Right.
When you a hammer, everything looks like a nail, so to
Right.
speak.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
yo, it's sad, 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 sad. But salute
Right.
to the people that be out there protesting and
Right.
fighting and doing what they got to do and holding them accountable. But you will figure they will learn with all the viral videos that go around, man. But it's just repetitive and repetitive and repetitive, yo. It's I don't know. They do it with the camera on. Imagine with the camera off.
What they got to keep the pressure. They got to keep the pressure on, because if they was to let off a little bit, then it would set off a different reaction. The world would be different. So they want to keep their foot on your neck. They got to keep doing these type of things. If they don't, then people might, start getting a little bit more confident, and so they got it from Rodney King to these things happen every 6 years, every 5 years. They have to happen. Nature has two different powers, right? But both cannot exist at the same time. Only one
Mhm.
season can exist at the same time. I mean, at one time. You can't have summer and the winter at one time.
At the
So
same time,
they know this. So you only can have one force ruling at one time. You can't have both. And if
it's
you let if you
impossible,
let
right?
black
It's
and
impossible.
right, if you
I,
let black and brown people come up a little bit, it's gonna be different for us. So it's just common sense that So when I see things like this on the news, I'm like, I already knew it. I was just surprised it took so long. You know what I mean?
these days, ever since the Floyd situation, George Floyd
Yeah.
situation, though, it's like policing has changed where they fall back, they fell back a lot more, and are letting people get away with more things than they normally would have
Mm,
in most cases, at least. And I
right.
know
Right.
that firsthand because I've asked police officers. This is like ever since that
Yeah.
was like fall back, like try not to arrest, try not to arrest. But the hands on, man, I'm not a fan of it, yo.
Right. Right. They fell back a lot. From letting people have the turnstile to letting people just walk on the bus to So they definitely fell back a lot, letting people walk out the store with items. And I think their superiors probably told them that, listen, this is first of all, they got the insurance money, so they're getting the items back anyway. And second of all, now lawsuits is getting into play. Cops are getting hurt. Families are getting lawsuits. So they said, "Come on, man." They said, "Yo, fall back and let them do what they want to do. We're
Hmm.
benefiting off of them getting crazy more than they are." That's just like when you wreck your neighborhood. All you doing is just bringing in gentrification quicker. They don't care. They're gonna let you wreck the neighborhood so they can bring in gentrification. That's all.
Right.
They're
I
gonna let
seen
you
that
run out the
firsthand too,
store.
like in Manhattan and Brooklyn firsthand. I feel like that's where that first started happening. Things were getting destroyed, then they will rebuild to genderize it.
Right, right.
Hmm.
No, yeah, it's simple mathematics. What they do, and a lot of times people fall for it each time. They don't see it. It's all, anything that the government has its hand in is a setup from the door. They come with what you call problem solution. They'll come with the problem, then they come with the fake solution. When really the people are the government, the people are
Yo,
the
let me
president.
let me let me run to the restroom right quick, bro.
All right, do your thing. Do
I'm
your
doing
thing.
the pee pee dance right here. Yo, it's crazy.
I see you. I
Hold it
see you.
down. Hold it down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So salute, salute. What's going on with the chat, man? Yeah, everything good. But yeah, that's how they do, man. That's how they do it. It's a system. And if they were to let up just a little bit, things would change dramatically. So they got to keep they got to keep their foot on your neck. And that's just the way that it goes until people get tired of their situation and they physically change their situation, like mentally, spiritually, you download the information, but physically you have to change your situation. And one thing about individuals, no one ever changes until they're sick and tired. You know what I mean? Nothing would ever change until you're tired of your situation. And even if the situation is bad and people feel like they're benefiting off of it, they're never going to change, man. So you see people that's living in sick conditions, and you say, wow, why is this person living that way? It's because they're benefiting off it, whether they're getting the money from the welfare, whether they're getting the money from the social security, whatever it is, they're benefiting off it, and they're gonna continue to live like that. Nothing's ever gonna change. You know what I mean?
Mm, mm. Never gonna change.
No, no, nothing,
So
nothing will
yo,
ever change
I
for a
just wish
person
more of us
unless
would
they're
do it.
sick and tired.
More of us should do it and want to do it. Because if not, the people running it, it's gonna be their kids, and they're gonna
Mm,
have the same mentality as the evil ones. You know, the really bad ones.
right, right. Hmm.
Like kids in the hood are taught, nah, don't become police officers. Don't do this.
You know, the
Gotta
thing about
change that.
right, the thing about the hood and the way that it's set up, right? The longer people stay there, the longer they're doomed, man. It's like the hood is like set up as a trap for you not to survive. And for the people who have survived it, you know, now it's time to start living. If you survived the hood and you're like 40, 50 years old, it's time for you to start living. It's nothing else to do in life but to live at this point.
Hmm.
Not gossip, not fighting, struggling. You got to live. You got to find a way to live and find a way to figure it out because people are waiting for other people to figure it out. The government, the welfare, the this, the that. You have to figure it out yourself. And if you don't, you're doomed. I was just watching a video. These guys from LA for the jail. They in jail. They was being interviewed in jail. Yo, these dudes is like from 16 to 19, man. These dudes got life in jail, 40 years in jail, and then they explain they come up. And they say that everything affected them from the sirens. Do you know what the police sirens do to your brain and your nervous system? It deregulates it. So it's like when you're born in the hood, you set up from the door not to fail. I mean, not to succeed. If you succeed out the hood, man, you're lucky, bro. You're a lucky person, man.
What's your definition of that? What is it? What is to you? What is surviving it? What is surviving the hood, or what is it?
Surviving the hood is getting through those rough situations, whether it was personal, whether it was business, whether whatever it was, getting through those situations because we know a lot of people that their life was cut short 13, 14, 15 years old. They didn't survive. And a lot of people do survive, but they're so shell shocked from the hood that they're not even in their body. A lot of people you talk to and they're not even looking at you. They're like zoned out. That means that
Mm,
they're not in their body. They might be in
wow.
their mind too much, basically thinking about the future, caught up in the past. So we got to start living. Many of us are not living. We don't even know what living is. We just know surviving. We haven't lived yet. Vacation, going out, having fun,
Seeing the
laughing.
ocean, seeing the ocean.
A lot of people don't do that, man. They complain all day. Got to pay this bill. Got to pay this rent. They get online. They start trolling. Drag. That's not living. That's not living. That's hell, man. That's a
Mm,
mental hell.
that's bad, right? It's a low vibrational shit.
Yeah,
Low vibrational crap.
right. It's really sad, man, and because people are living like that because they're programmed. That didn't start yesterday. People been living like that at least for 5 years and better. So when they come online, they bring their culture online. And online exposes your culture. Your culture is personal. You're supposed to keep your culture to yourself, unless you're teaching people or. But just to get on and tell your business online, and then you get the results you don't want. You mad? No, you save your breath, right? They say you live longer when you hold when you're not just talking gibberish or these frivolous conversations that so many people are in online. Frivolous conversations can get you hurt. You know what I mean?
So what percentage of people you think decide that they what percentage of people are stuck because they can't get out, and what percentage of people can get out but decide to stay there in a way?
Well, I think I say about 80% people are stuck and don't know how to get out. At least 80% of people, and I think everybody could really get out. Almost everybody could get out. You know, it just gotta it's a determination and
But
the
we be
know how.
scared. We be scared of the change, cause when this is all we
Right,
know, we scared to try something different, go somewhere different. Like who?
right. But you think about where did that thought come from? Who told you that you can't go this far? Someone told you that in life at one point in your life. someone made you feel like you couldn't do it, and from that day on, you stopped trying.
Mm.
Who was it? Someone. It was a group of friends. It was a family member. It was somebody, but you don't remember until you start healing. Once you
Mm.
start healing, then if you notice anybody that started their healing journey, then you will notice you start remembering certain things about your life, and you like, oh snap! It starts to
Mm.
make sense to you. Your whole life is like an
Something right,
ongoing
something could
process.
hit you like something from 20 years ago could just hit. Oh, I got it.
Right?
Now it makes sense.
Yeah, they call it a DNA explosion, right? Because you start to open up that dormant DNA. That DNA, they call it junk DNA, but I don't really say it's junk DNA. I don't think no DNA is junk, but it's there, and you start to reopen or reactivate those feelings because everything is logged in your nervous system. Everything is in your brain. You got departments of your brain that hold information that you just don't remember. You just don't remember it, but it's in your brain. You have to open it. Something activates it. That's just like when you're in a conversation with someone, you could be talking and you be like, oh, Sap, I didn't even know I knew this. You start talking, you be like, how did I know this? Because that person activated something that was in your brain
It
dormant.
made you.
So it's our
Mm.
brain. We should be protecting our brain. Your brain is your most valuable asset in life, but we wasn't taught that. We think our muscles are or this, but it's your brain, and your brain
But
is a muscle.
all the weed we smoking, cause it's destroying that. It's destroying that, bro.
Yo, it's doing a lot of damage. Now, look, it's how you use something, right? Now, if you're smoking every day, all day, I can understand that. But now, if you say, yo, I'm gonna smoke maybe once a month, once every 2 weeks, just for the experience, right? Just like I know somebody that smokes cigarettes, very spiritual man. He would take like 3 drags of a cigarette because he said the tobacco grounds you, and he would throw the rest out. He didn't.
Mm.
I know some people who drink just for the taste, they throw the rest of the cup out. Like so, it's what you're doing it for. Just like people getting here on YouTube. Everybody's not on here for the same reason. Some people are on here for the trolling, for the bashing. That's their thing. And what happens is a lot of people are being conflicted by it when it has nothing to do with them. Someone else trolling, and that has nothing to do with you unless they're bringing it to your doorstep or they're bringing it to your page. But so people are getting caught up in business. Yeah, that's the brain. That's the brain. Your brain is distracted. Why should I care about someone else if they say something bad about me or if they want to troll me? What the hell should I care they want to troll me for? That has nothing to
Listen,
do
bro.
with me.
It could become flattering. I
Yeah.
ignore it. I try my
No.
best to ignore any trolling I come across.
That's what I said. So we gotta get control of our brains again, man. Anytime somebody make you react over something, that means you have no control over your brain and you lost control.
That's what it is too. We have things that have us in a stroke in a hold, a
Yes,
stronghold, and we don't even realize it. Whether it's eating, shopping,
yes.
gambling, smoking, drinking, doing the thing with your significant
That's
others
right.
or
That's right.
others being a whole, a trick and whatnot. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
sex could be an addiction.
Right. And all of that leads to distractions.
Hmm.
We're distracted by so many things, right? Like I think
That's a
it was
fact.
me and brother APTV we might have been talking about, right? Like when you wake up in the morning. Now check this out. I was reading it was a billionaire and a millionaire's morning routine, right? Like intelligent millionaires, Bill Gates, like what do they do? Like what's their morning routine? And I noticed that most of them had the same morning routine. They wake up slow. About 20 minutes. You lay in your bed for about 20 minutes and you wake up slow. You go get some sun. You put some you drink some water for the electricity in your body. You send signals to your brain, like meditate it, like they all. So if you think about these successful people, if they all have the same morning routine and it's working for them, then that means like, yo, maybe I need to change up my morning routine. What am I
Mm,
doing in the mornings? Am I waking up, jumping on the phone, gossiping, and am I grabbing my roach clip from last night? Am I taking that last swig from the cup that been out all night? Like your morning routine is very important, but what's even more important than your morning routine is what you plan the night before. The night
mm.
before, you should meditate. You should write down your thoughts and write down your plans.
Goals.
Write
Yep,
down
yep.
at least about five of them. At least about five of them, and meditate
Achievable
on
too.
it.
Don't overdo yourself and try to do
Right.
something because it could be discouraging when you don't get it done, and then you beat yourself up, and that could take away from the vibration itself too.
That's true. That's true. And the reason why we plan the night before is because when we wake up in the morning, that's all our valuable time, our valuable hours. So we don't want to spend too much time planning in the morning. So you plan at night and you activate it in the morning. You know what I mean? You
Mm.
execute it in the morning, and your whole day will be great. So we should plan our mornings. We should have a morning routine. Like you see my morning routine every morning. I get up, I meditate, I do my skincare. I go outside. I work out. I get sun. I feed the homeless. I come back in. I promote myself. You know, that's my daily routine. And I think when we have a productive daily routine, we can't lose because you're only in competition with yourself. Yo, I'm gonna do this better than I did it myself yesterday. You're not in competition with no one else.
For
It's
yourself.
not that they don't matter, but everyone else can only be an inspiration to me. Like you're an
Mm.
inspiration to me. Anybody is an inspiration. They're not no competition. You're an inspiration to me because what you're doing, I can't do what you're doing. So I'm learning from what you're doing. So you're an
But you
inspiration to
could do
me.
something else, and I can't do that.
That yeah. That you know, and like what's her name? Jill Scott, right? Somebody was saying Jill Scott comparing yeah, it was Jill Scott comparing her to Erica Badu. And she said Erica Badu is not like me and I'm not like her. You know, even though she appreciates Erica Badu, but we're all different. No one is the same. And I think once people realize that, their life will be better because people are into the game of comparing each other, comparing themselves. Stop comparing yourselves to other people. No
Mm.
one, you know what I mean?
Definitely. Nah. Yo, I think what could help us become more successful, help be better. A lot of
Yes.
us sleep for 8 hours a day,
Okay.
even more. These wealthy people that you speak of, if you see them, they're gonna tell you they sleep for 3 or 4 hours.
Right. Right.
3 or 4 hours. Like most of us are sleeping at least a third of our life away.
No,
Not
no,
even
you're right
them.
because
They
there's a difference.
24 hours.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say you're right because there's a difference between sleeping and resting.
Mm,
Right. A lot of people sleep, but they're not rested.
mm,
So there's a big difference. So you're right. And
very
Bill
bad.
Gates, Rick Rubin, a lot of people might not like these people. They might have something against these people, but I listen to these people's podcasts kind of like faithfully, and they make a lot of sense. You might not agree with everything they say, but they make a lot of sense. Rick Rubin, I just brought his book. It's called Creative Act, and he has a lot of great jewels in there. You know what you should drink in the morning upon waking up, and our inside eternal DNA clock and why it should be matched with the universal clock. You know, we should wake up on that beat every day
Mm,
to eat at a certain time. You don't have to eat 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. Breakfast is really, I think, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock or something. So what happens is when we learn this information, we learn that everything that they told us was a lie. Majority of everything that we learned prior is a lie. Everything that we knew for like 20, 30 years is a lie. The way we interact in
or not
relationships,
beneficial. Even
huh?
the sleeping, the eating, 3 meals a day. They're trying to have us fat. And
Right. Right. The way we even engage in our relationships, the way we look at love, everything is a lie. Everything is a lie. So now when you start the healing journey, you got to redo all of that. The way you eat, the dishes that you think you like that you really don't like, you think you like them because you never really tried nothing else.
right,
You know,
try
you
new
see me,
things. Try new things.
yeah, you see, I go to the supermarket and I get nothing but Japanese food. This week I'm gonna be Japanese this week. You know, kimchi, that's my favorite dish now. Kimchi. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You gotta try new things. You know, every other culture is not bad, but they taught us that so we wouldn't get next to it. But if we knew the different cultures and the foods and the art, and that's really where it's at, because a lot of us we're just living, you know, we just surviving. We're not living. We never even lived. You know what I'm saying?
Different cultures.
And it's sad. It's sad. This is why Malcolm X was like, this is a human crime. Because Malcolm X knew what the government did to the people, putting them in certain locations,
On
the
purpose.
education.
By
That's a
design. By
crime.
design.
That's a crime, man. That's a crime what they did, man. They put you in the hood. You be lucky if you survive out of the hood, bro. This is why people were having children back to
We're not
back.
supposed to. We're not supposed to though.
Right, right. People having children back to back in the hood. You don't even know the karma that you're putting on yourself and what you're doing to those children. I wouldn't even have children if I was twisted like that, man. No more. I'm not having no children, man. I'm not doing
Oh,
it.
they stable, right? Being not even working,
Mm.
got nothing going on, and want to have kids.
Yeah,
Nah, man. Kids are expensive, man.
right. Because look. All right, like you said, get the people
People want
fat.
kids for tax money.
Right. Like you said, get the people fat, right? Pump the people up. They put people in these environments. They know the sexual tension, They got liquor stores everywhere. They know what's gonna happen. This is, like I said before, this is an experiment, a government experiment. They know what's gonna happen. People are gonna get sexually frustrated. People are gonna be, people get with each other. Some people might commit sexual crimes. They know that this stuff is gonna happen. What happens is they just come and clean it up afterwards and then make these reports and these statistics. They know what's going to happen, bro. It's a setup. That's why I'm telling people. People need to pay more attention to what's going on and stop fighting amongst each other and stop comparing yourself to each other. Your clock is ticking. If you're like 40, 50, 60 years old, your clock is ticking. You got to what, about 40 more summers? That this 40
Mm.
more summers gonna go by so quick, bro.
I hope
30
I
more
can have
summers.
40 more.
20 more summers. It's going by quick. You got to make the best of it now. Make the best of it now, man.
Right. And these days, people is going younger and younger and younger. So,
Yo, this is why you got to eat healthy. You got to exercise, because when you do that, you add more time to your life. Like when you getting high and crack, cocaine, all that other stuff, you're taking years away from your life.
a lot
So
too
we're doing it to
fast.
ourselves. We're doing it to ourselves. You know what I mean? We're doing this. This is what, yo. When you stop all of that, and I'm telling people, you don't have to. Sometimes you can strain yourself by just trying to stop everything at once, but slowing down. You know, I tell people, if you eat meat, just slow down.
Right.
Just if you smoke weed, just slow down. Because what happens is you can program yourself, right? When I was smoking weed, I programmed myself to only smoke on Fridays and Saturdays. And you can program yourself to do it, but it got to be consistent, repetition, and then you won't even want to smoke in the weekdays. You're gonna be like, nah, I'm good. Because you
Yeah,
programmed yourself to do that.
that's a fact. Well, we overdo it. We overdo things, cause we overdo it. Overkill,
Yeah,
overkill. Too
right.
much to this, too much to that, too much to this, too much to that, and it ain't no good for us.
Nope. Nope. You're right. You're right. Salute to the
Too much.
chat.
Salute. It been one. It been one. Somebody watching back there.
Huh?
I says it's one. Somebody's watching back there. Probably
Yeah,
your
you got
man's. It's probably your man's in them over there.
what you gotta love the chat, man. One person or two people or
That's it.
200.
Hit the
Gotta love
like
the
button.
chat.
Do I got likes?
Uh-huh.
Do we got likes?
I can't really see right
Me
now.
either. I got two screens now. Actually, though.
Okay, you got to. Oh, dope, dope. Yeah, but that's what it's about. And you got to remember, you learn that people are not going to change until they're ready to change, right? So no matter what you say or do, the best thing you can do is just, give them love, give them, some tips, some advice, but trying to push a person to where you might be at today can be
No.
more stressful, because people are only going to change when they want to change.
On their
And you
own
have to
time.
respect that.
On
You
their
got to.
own time. I was guilty of that. I was guilty of pushing the people that were around me because I
Right.
was going through my phase of getting better and manifesting and all that, seeing life different, that I was forcing it on other people. Like, nope, on your own time.
No, no, that happens a lot, especially if you're an empath. That can happen a lot because we want people to kind of see that light that we see, right? We're so, it makes us so happy. We're so full of joy. We kind of want other people to see that, but we got to respect that everyone's on their own journey, and people might not just be ready now. And we got to respect that because we got to think about when we wasn't ready.
But time is clicking, so you gotta hurry up and get it. Time is clicking.
I But check this out, right? You can tell people that, but if they don't believe that, then it don't mean nothing. Because you got to believe something in order for it to work. You got to believe in your
One ear
relationship.
and out the other. One ear and out the other.
Yeah, you gotta believe your relationship for your relationship to work. You gotta believe in your friendship for your friendship to work. You gotta believe in your dreams for your dreams to work. If you don't believe in something, I remember one day I was on 125th Street with Azariah Bay, God bless the dead, and he has all the tapes and the DVDs and stuff out there. So there was one dude that walked by, and the dude said, "Brother, this shit don't work." And so the brother Azariah looked up and he said, "You right." He said, "You right, brother. This shit don't work." And he's right. And I said, "Yo, why you say?" He said, "Because if you don't believe something, it's not gonna work. So you have to
I remember
believe."
you just told me that too. Yeah, yeah. It already, it's done with. If you don't believe, it's done with. Go. It's gonna work for somebody else though. Somebody else is gonna believe in this, and it's gonna work.
Absolutely,
We go
absolutely.
into things doubting these, like lack of not being open minded.
And sureness, and sureness. A lot of people are not sure of themselves. A lot of people lack confidence. And when you lack confidence and you try to do something, it's never really gonna work. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. God, thank you, bud. I appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you too, man. And
No, my son.
morning
I appreciate
routine.
you too, but I was talking to my son. My bad. My bad.
Oh, okay. You appreciate me too? Okay. See,
But
we
you too,
appreciate each
cause you
other.
too, cause.
We appreciate each other. But yeah, morning routine, man. Morning routine is so important. So I want everybody, if they get a chance, to go out and check some routines, morning routines, and see what's best for you.
Discipline.
Because everybody's morning routine is not the same. I can tell you my morning routine. I check out Bill Gates' morning routine. Mark Zuckerberg, he got an interesting morning routine. His morning routine is kind of like the opposite, and I kind of understand it. But like I said, everybody's different. Mark Zuckerberg, when he gets
Find
up,
out. Find out. What? Check their sleep schedule. Find out how they work their sleep. Watch. You're gonna see it's 3 and 4 hours of sleep.
yeah, all of
You
that
gotta
comes
wake up
in
when
there
it's still
too. Yeah,
dark. Wake up when it's still dark outside.
right,
We get
right,
home.
because
We get home at 4, 5 in the morning from party all
yeah,
night. Then waking up at 3, 4 in the afternoon. That's half the day already gone. Of course, you ain't got
yeah,
no time to do no positive shit. You
no,
sleeping it
no,
away.
no, you're right. And yeah, they sleep pattern, they sleep schedule, and everything is on there. And you're right. They when everybody else is sleeping, they're up, getting things done. Because I think it was like Bill Gates said. He said the world doesn't stop. The world doesn't stop. Only we stop. So if
Mm.
you go to sleep when you think the world is going, he said the world doesn't go to sleep. So they're up when people are asleep and they're getting major
Yeah,
stuff
most
done.
most most people are sleeping, right? So the communicating with the universe becomes easier.
Right, right. Right. Yeah. So everybody should have a morning routine. Well, everybody does have a morning routine, but your routine should be healthy and positive. Some type of physical
Unpredictable too. Do
exercise.
different things. Do different though. Do have a morning routine, but we're so repetitive in the same patterns, and we do the same thing over and over every day. No, Ty. Different
Right.
things.
So soon as I get out of bed, I step right on this. This is for the pressure points in your body, relaxation. So as soon as I jump out the bed, this is right here on my bed. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
All right.
And then after my workout, I hit myself, with the massage gun. You know what I mean?
I saw
This is
that in the video too. I saw that in one of your videos. You had it on.
I got the icy hot patches. You know what I mean? The hookup from the hospital joints. So
I
no,
got
this
a
stuff.
crazy one too, Cos. some
Yeah,
biofreeze.
yeah, this stuff is important, man. This stuff is important. It's so important that people don't understand, bro, how important this is. You know what I mean? All right.
That's one I've actually bought. Where's this at? I bought this too for the kid.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
That's for
Nice.
the skincare.
Okay.
Cause
That's
I'm about
important.
to my girl's about to call me right now, bro.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
12 o'clock. You already know that. If you want, we could get back on in a little bit, or tonight,
No,
or leave it
no,
for
just
another
set me
day.
up.
Or
Just hit me up. Just hit me
this was
up.
a
Just
great
set me up.
build.
Okay. All right.
The hour
Peace.
there. That's dope. That's dope. It's damn. I love going live with you, bro. I missed that. Fire. Damn, he just left. You just left. You're fired. I'm just kidding. Yeah, wife is about to call me, so I'm gonna jump out. Thank y'all for kicking it. BDB, thank you for stopping by. New York Nikki baby, I highly appreciate you. Thank you so much, Queen.